Hello everybody and welcome to the Disney Dining Show, the Disney Dining Channel, the Disney Dining Experience, whatever you want to call it. You're here and I'm glad you're here. And we're gonna eat today. I am Ryno, if you don't know that yet, and I am here at Epcot for the first day of the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. So very excited. There are a lot of really tasty things I have seen online, so I am really excited to try some stuff. There is some plant-based options that I'm going to be checking out. I know Craig is in here and Corey's in here as well, and so we're just gonna, I think there's some, I'm gonna say it again, I think there's some exciting things that I'm dying to try. Check out those new flags up there too. Look at that. Look at that. Those are fun. Anyway, before I dive in here, I just want to remind everybody that this and everything we do here at the Disney Dining Channel, the Diz Unplugged, it's all brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation, so be sure to visit them on the web at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. If you book with them, it costs you nothing extra and you help support the show. So, with that said, let's go. I am hungry. So something important that you're going to want to grab when you first come in the park, at least I think it's important, you might already have your list of everything, is a festival passport. These you can usually find up by like Gateway Gifts right at the front up there, and they're usually available on any one of the booths or anything like that. But because I had already looked at some of the menu items that were available, that had been published online ahead of time, I knew the name of the booths I was looking for, but not where they are. This is going to tell you where they are. So the first one I want to go to is Trowel and Trellis. That says Showcase Plaza near Disney Traders. So I think I know where that is. I should know where that is, right? So I'm gonna head over that way and yeah, see what's good. Okay, there's lots of good stuff over here, but today I specifically want to try this boneless Impossible Korean short rib. So that's the photo. Let's see how reality holds up. Got my food. I'm gonna take my mask off here. Again, I went with the boneless Impossible Korean short rib with cilantro lime rice, dan muji slaw, and kimchi mayonnaise. And let me tell you, this was the popular item up there because basically everybody in front of me had ordered the same thing. I could hear it happening, but it does look, I mean, it looks really good. It looks pretty close to the picture, I feel like. I have to say, ooh, this is so good. This is really, really good. The kimchi mayonnaise on it is giving it this nice, like, slight kick. Not like super hot, but just just what I wanted, just what I was hoping for. I didn't even know if this was going to be spicy or not, but I was a little worried because I don't usually like cilantro very much, so I was like, cilantro rice, I don't know. But I'm happy to report that it's not a super strong cilantro flavor. Now the short rib, I am not an expert in what short rib tastes like, but I am gonna say that this piece of meat right here, or fake meat, is delicious. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It is probably the texture and consistency of like a meatloaf, but it is just so tasty. Oh my gosh, I am so happy with this. I had been looking forward to this for so long. And then I think this is maybe a piece of, I don't know, I want to say this might be bok choy. I could be way off. Delicious. So there's 2 slabs of that meat in here, and like plenty of rice. I am definitely gonna get this again. This is not gonna be a one and done for me. I am definitely coming back to have this again. So I highly recommend it. I was gonna say, I don't remember how much this was. This dish, okay, very affordable, $6.75. All right, I think this is 100% worth it. $6.75. I thought this was gonna be $7 or $8, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like they could even charge that and I'd still have been okay with this. So I am definitely gonna recommend this. Oh my gosh, so good. You gotta try this. Try it and let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna inhale this. I'm starving. Leave me alone.
Hello, everyone. I'm not sure if this is my first appearance in this video or not. I genuinely have no idea, so I'm just going to pretend like it is. Hi, it's Craig. I'm very excited to be here today at the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. A lot on my mind today to eat and drink, and hopefully I get to all of it. But I am starting with one that I was very, very excited for. And this food item comes from the Honey Bistro. And this booth is just as you're walking into World Showcase heading towards Canada. It is tucked away off to the right, kind of by where the Starbucks is. And there's a lot of stuff on this menu that looks great, like the Tupelo honey and sweet cornbread, the local wildflower honey mascarpone cheesecake, but the item that I wanted here was the lavender honey mustard marinated chicken flatbread with whipped honey, ricotta cheese, marinated vegetables, and purple haze lavender goat cheese. This thing just sounds incredible, and it also looks pretty good. And since I'm recording this on my birthday, I'm treating myself today. I'm buying some beers as I go around. So I'm also trying the First Magnitude Brewing Company Honeybee Citrus Blonde Ale. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my mask and go ahead and take my first bite. Bite number one. Here goes. I got most of everything on top of it in there. So I think this is a good bite. This is a nice little dish. The first thing I noticed right away is that lavender honey mustard flavor coming through more than anything else. More on the honey mustard side than the lavender, just really light, but that is dominating, as well as the vegetables on here. Those are also just chock full of flavor. The chicken solid, overall, I really like this dish. For $5.75, it's a nice, cute little flatbread. Pretty filling, at least from the first two pieces that I had. And yeah, I'm a fan of it. Maybe I won't be after I finish it, but for the first bites I've had right now, I'm definitely a fan of it. So now, time to drink my beer. This is a really delicious, nice, light blonde ale that is perfect for a festival day like this, where it's going to be sunny, a little on the warm side. It's just nice and light. That little bit of citrus in there. It just really adds to it. So I'm really enjoying the beer as well. So I like both my items from the Honey Bistro. I love the lavender honey mustard marinated chicken flatbread, as well as this Honeybee Citrus Blonde Ale. So I recommend it.
All right, hi guys, Deni here. I'm right outside of the Honey Bistro outdoor kitchen here at the end of the Rose Walk that connects Future World to World Showcase. And believe it or not, though this outdoor kitchen has been here for many a flower and garden festival, I've never stopped and had a thing, not one single thing at this outdoor kitchen. So that ends now. I'm actually gonna have something here, and I'm kind of excited about it. It's a little bit different, a little bit, I mean, who am I fooling? I love carbs, so it's not too far outside of my comfort zone, that's for sure. I will be having the Tupelo honey and sweet corn spoon bread. It's the very first thing that's listed here at this booth in our festival passport. It says that it comes with jalapenos, bacon, and house-made whipped butter. House-made whipped butter. That's a big yes. Yes, we got to try that. So I am going to dig in here. I'm going to give you a peek at it. I'm getting ready to eat, so I'll remove my mask. And I'm nice and distant. So let me show you again what we've got going on. There's the middle. So I've already cut into it so that you can see exactly what was going on. You can see whole kernels of corn. That looks really good. Forgive me for the wind that's blowing. It's like we're in a little bit of a wind tunnel here. There's our whipped butter and our nice little piece of bacon on top, which is really, really nice. Now, a spoon bread is more like a pudding than necessarily a bread, but we're gonna dig in and give it a whirl here. Okay, so it's got a nice, and you can see the honey that's going on there. That's delightful. There goes let me get some of my whipped butter, because it's giving up. It's giving up right here as we speak. Let me take one more bite. Okay. That whipped butter is nice. Okay, so I'm getting a little subtle bed of warmth, of heat from the jalapenos, I would suppose. You can see chunks of little bits of the jalapenos going on here in the dish, but not overly so, not at all. Like I even think if you're gonna say jalapeno, bring a little bit more heat. As someone who I'm okay without it. I'm okay without heat. I appreciate that it's not too roasty toasty, but it certainly could be just a little bit more and they could get away with that. It's a really nice, it's like I said, it's more of a pudding than say a solid piece of, this isn't a piece of cornbread. It is something, because it's spoon bread, you gotta eat it with a spoon. It's a little bit of a puddingy consistency. Got a lot of cornmeal. I mean, it's a little bit of that gritty cornmeal texture to it, but that's not a negative. That's not a knock at all. I personally am enjoying the whole kernels of corn that they've incorporated into this, and it's got a nice smoky flavor, and that sweet honey is going to hit as well, which is a nice foil for the little bit of the jalapenos, the little heat you've got going on with that. You've got the nice whipped butter to help tamp that down, the honey as well. It is very sweet. So if you are someone who likes more of a savory cornbread, a savory bread pudding, spoon bread, this might not be your favorite. But for me, who loves all things sweets and all things carbs, I'm gonna put this down in the winner category. So $4.75 is how much this cornbread spoon bread, Tupelo honey spoon bread, is going to set you back. So $4.75, that's kind of it's a nice, it's the size of a muffin, a standard muffin, but it's nice and it's thick. And that whipped house-made honey butter. Okay, that's my favorite part of the whole thing. So, but it was good, and I'm gonna have something else to eat. We're not even stopping here, all right? So I'll see you back in just a little bit. Again, just to recap, spoon bread, $4.75, Honey Bistro, sponsored by the National Honey Board. Aren't we glad we have a National Honey Board? It's a good thing.
So my first booth of the day was Trowel and Trellis, hosted by Impossible Foods. So all the food on this menu is actually plant-based. And I think one of the great things about the Epcot festivals is you can just have your first meal of the day be a dessert item, and that's what I opted to do. I got the Lavender Pot Decrement. That's with blueberry cake, pink peppercorn, and lime whipped cream. It's an absolutely beautiful item. It's gorgeous. The presentation is just beautiful with the actual flowers on there too, edible flowers, mind you. And I'm a big fan of lavender stuff, the lavender scents. I got a lot of the essential oils at home, but lavender foods is something that I'm not too familiar with. If you didn't know, in the south of France, lavender is also known as blue gold. I don't know that because I've actually not been to the south of France. I know that because of the Com app. I listen to the Blue Gold bedtime story on the Com app quite often. I can almost recite it by now. Maybe that should be a Patreon video where I recite the Blue Gold's bedtime story. But anyways, yeah, got breakfast as my first item of the day, and I'm excited to try it. I'm not that familiar, like I said, with lavender infused foods, but love the scent. So let's see what I think of this thing. Let's try to get a little bit of everything in my bite here. That is so good. The blueberries are in like a blueberry jam, and the inside is very much the texture of pudding, and then the outside coating is like this white chocolate flavor, and the actual cake portion of it is a super strong taste of blueberry, but it's a very thin piece of cake. Let me show you here. You see in the bottom there, this cake portion, it's very thin, but very good. Everything goes together really nicely. This is a brand new item. It was $5, and I've noticed throughout the festival this year there's a variety of different lavender infused items that I'm sure someone else will try another one.
but I just had to try something lavender infused. I'm not really picking up on the lavender. Very much the blueberry, but not so much the lavender. But this is still really good. I'm definitely gonna get this again. I'm coming back Friday with Haley, and I'm definitely getting this again for us to share. This is delicious, a slam dunk in a great way for me to start Flower and Garden this year.
I now have my second food item today, and this comes from one of the new booths here at Flower and Garden. This comes from the Epcot Farmer's Feast booth inside the World Showplace, and I'm probably going to screw up the name of the item because the little book that they give you, this one right here, they don't have the menu for Farmer's Feast in here. It literally, at least mine, because it just, yeah, it's completely missing. So I can't do much about that. So I'm gonna go off memory. I believe it is the spring onion soup with crispy shallots and micro chives. I could be completely wrong about that. I will look it up in between, but my memory is so terrible. I already forgot it after I memorized it, but I know it is the spring onion soup, and I know shallots are in there, and I know that there's micro chives. That's all I do know. And then I did get a beer too, but I already forgot the name of it, so I will have to come back to it. But yeah, I am going to go ahead and take off my mask so I can get into the soup. I'll let you know how it is. I rechecked the name and I did get it correct. It is the spring onion soup with crispy shallots as well as micro chives. And oh, it's a nice big hearty portion of soup. And it just smells so fresh. Like just hitting you with onions, hitting you with, I want to say like a garlic scent as well too. And you know what? It's still cool outside, so I can still deal with soup, but not for much longer. Wow. Flavor-wise, this thing packs an absolute punch. It is onion. I'm definitely getting garlic in there too. It's got a butteriness to it. It's got a thin texture. Like, it doesn't really necessarily have like a French onion soup flavor to it. It's not that caramelized onion feeling to it, but it is pureed, so it's not like you're getting big chunks of onions in there. It is definitely a creamy soup. And when I'm gonna take a bite now with the other like the crouton that comes on, the micro chives and the shallots. Let me get a bite with all of that in here. That's just really delicious. I actually really love it. So far I'm 2 out of 2 with my meal choices. And I will say, it's hot outside at Walt Disney World from March to July, so soup might not be on your mind, but I brought my food outside from World Showplace because I didn't want to eat inside. If you're inside in the air conditioning, it's a lot easier to put down a bowl of soup. But yeah, I'm really pleasantly surprised by that. It wasn't on my list of must-gets, but I ended up, I felt compassion to it. So I was like, I'll go ahead and get it, and I am very happy about it. And that bowl of soup is $4.75. So now I'm going to move on to my beer, and this is the 81 Bay Brewing Company Watermelon Mint Wheat Ale. And this was the beers at the festival. This was on my I have to get it list because I love mint. I really enjoyed the taste of watermelon recently. I used to hate it, but now I love it. And as much as I'm not a huge fan of wheat ales, usually they don't play well with me. I don't care for them. I couldn't take a chance to pass up this one. So, well, here goes nothing. This might be my new favorite crushable beer. The mint is right there, right where it needs to be, but that watermelon is bringing this juiciness to it. I don't know the ABV on it, but honestly, like I feel like I could just drink this all day on a hot Florida day. And I know that's what I kind of said about the last beer that I had too, the Citrus Blonde Ale, but you know what? That's what I'm feeling right now. And this is what I'm drinking. And I really enjoy this. And it has that that nice watermelon mint flavor right on top of it too. So it's like you smell it first and then you taste it. This will not be my last one of these.
So next up, I hit up the La Isle Fresca booth between Morocco and France, and I decided to grab one of my old festival favorites, or a returning favorite for me, the sugar cane shrimp skewer. That's with steamed rice and a coconut lime sauce. This is $7, and I've come here year after year, whether it be on video or off camera, and I always end up getting this at some point. So I figured let's try it again and see if it still holds up. Yep. Still one of my favorite things. The shrimp is cooked perfectly, and that sauce is just incredible. Perfect Flower and Garden spring flavor. It is hot shrimp. It seems like when I got to the booth, it was pretty empty. There was nobody there. So it's not like super hot. It's about room temperature right now. So maybe this was sitting out for a minute, but still great. Hardest part is getting it off that skewer though. For $7, I mean, that's one of the more expensive items at Flower and Garden this year, or really any year. Rice is perfectly cooked too, and that there's some cilantro in there, and that sauce too, being absorbed into the rice is so good. The way I think of this though is when you go to like a nice restaurant and get a steak and add an enhancement of shrimp. This is something you'd get in a situation like that. And I think $7 is a pretty respectable price in one of those circumstances. If you're a shrimp person and you like, I call it Caribbean flavor, a little bit of spice, a little bit of kick, not too much, I'd get this every festival. And it comes back every year for a reason. This booth isn't popping right now in comparison to some of the other ones, but this has been back year after year for a reason. And it's because it's really, really dang good. Or maybe because the profit margins on it are great. Maybe a combination of both, but I love it.
Okay, we got another booth. They got the Sunshine Griddle because I want to get this avocado toast. So here is how it looks in the photos. Let's see if that's what it's going to be like when I get it. So I was getting in line for the booth, obviously, and if you saw our live stream earlier, Deni was over here as well, and she wanted something on the menu too. And I think actually you might end up seeing Craig with something as well. But I'm gonna flip this around and let Deni try what she got. Let her tell you all about all her stuff.
Yay! So Fruit Loops in our house are much loved. So anything sugary, I don't eat them like I used to, of course. Do we? Well, maybe some of us do, which is great. You do you. But this is a perfect way to get your cereal fix here at Epcot. This is at the new booth, the Sunshine Griddle, and this is literally, they just said Fruit Loops shake. So you know as much as I do. It's $4.50. It is a warm day, and sometimes milk is a bad choice on a warm day. But I'm hoping this is the one time that it's a good choice. So here we go. We're gonna try it.
It's very blue.
Okay, it's very blue, and it tastes like Fruit Loops. So not only do you have a ton of Fruit Loops on the top, it tastes like Fruit Loops, and it's good. I like it. So it's blue in color, which makes it a whole lot of fun. But it okay, it's very sweet, and it's got a bit of citrus going on in it, and it's kind of chunky, but so I'm trying to discern what the chunkiness is.
I wonder if Fruit Loops have dissolved in it.
I think that's what we've got going on. So while Craig enjoys like the Milky Way drinks at Everglazed Donuts, and that just grosses me out, like milk in the bottom of the cereal bowl. You pour that down the sink. You don't consume that.
What?
That's me. What? I'm sorry. But this is an intentional use of said cereal, so I think I'm okay with it.
I want to know if that cereal on top is stale.
No.
Okay.
It's not. Oh, that's so much fun. Okay, so if you like Fruit Loops and you want something cool, it's very creamy. I think we do have actual pieces of cereal going on in the milkshake itself. And you've got $4.50 to spend, and you're in Future World East. Swing by, because I'm okay that I chose this. This is a whole lot of fun, and it's just beautiful to take pictures of. So it's a win-win.
So I got my avocado toast. Avocado toast with marinated toy box tomatoes and fresh goat cheese on toasted ciabatta. Deni has pointed out, I mean, yes, it is very beautiful. This looks like something akin to we'd find at Festival of the Arts, as opposed to here at Flower and Garden. But it's definitely got it's got the flowers and the garden on here. I'm very excited. Here we go. It's a big moment of truth. This looks like it could end up just being out of the box guacamole, to be honest with you. Ooh, the bread is nice and crispy though. I'm gonna say that. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna use my hand like an adult. Okay, here we go. Okay. The bread is very crispy. The ciabatta that this is on is really, really good. The tomato is also very fresh, so it's got a nice little pop. I guess they call them toy box. I call them cherry tomatoes. I don't know the difference. There is probably a difference. I'm gonna get a little bit of I don't know, is this a turnip? I'm not sure. These purple things turnips? This guy, I don't know what you were called. I thought it's not a turnip. That can't be right. We might be embarrassed. This is the journey of what is this purple item. I've seen it before. Greg, what's this called?
Like a turnip.
I thought it was a turnip. I've had this recently and I know the word for it, and that's the part that is driving me crazy. It's just one of those moments where you can't remember. Is it a what?
Purple potato?
This is not a purple potato?
Yes.
No.
There is such a thing.
I mean, yeah, there is. It's a purple potato is that donut at Disney Springs.
Oh, that's right.
Ube, yeah. We think it's a turnip?
You might have been right. Mm-hmm.
I apologize. Probably really trashy of me not to know that. It's not super flavorful, but it does add a nice texture to it. The guacamole is not bad. I do like it. However, it is definitely mass-produced guacamole. It is extremely creamy. It's definitely got a citrus tint to it, which is great because I love guacamole. The guacamole tastes kind of like if you've ever gotten like the Sabre, you know how they do the hummus and then they also do the guacamole in that thing. It's giving me that kind of a feeling to it. I think it's better than that. It could end up actually being that guacamole, to be 100% honest with you, but it's not bad. I love like homemade guacamole, and obviously you're not going to get that at a theme park. And tableside guac is great too, obviously. $5.75. I don't know. Honestly, I'm surprised this booth didn't have like champagne. Or something like that, like a mimosa, yeah, to go with it, because I feel like it was missing like a drink. If you got your heart set on trying it, give it a try. I don't think it's bad. I think as long as it's good, this could go bad either way. The bread's out too long, it could stale, the tomato's not ripe enough, or overly ripe. You know, you got too many ingredients here. But anyway, $5.75, that's what I got.
Finally, moving on to my next menu item here. This one comes from the Epcot Sunshine Griddle, and this is basically where the donut box was for other events. It's the one right outside of Test Track in Future World. And I know Ryno got the avocado toast from here. Deni got a special shake here, so I don't know if you've already seen that or if you're about to see it. I'm not quite sure. They're right behind me filming right now, so Ryno's going to be like, why didn't he just film it with us? But you know what? I'm stubborn, so that's why. But anyways, here, I got the corned beef brisket hash. This is with house-made potato barrels, onions, peppers, cheese curds, and a soft poached egg with Tabasco hollandaise. This thing looks freaking incredible. All of the cheese curds on top. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna rip this mask off my face so I can dig into this thing. It looks so decadent. The egg looks perfectly poached. Okay, I'm done talking. Let me get to eating. This is also a nice, decent, hefty sized portion in this bowl. completely filled up. It is $6.25, so at least based on how much is on it, looks like it's really fair priced. Holy crap on a cow. This is, oh man, I am really struggling to find the words. I usually get whatever hash dish they have at these festivals because I like a good hash. It's always fun. It tastes good. You know, just throwing all these ingredients together. No better way to eat it. This is, this might be the best one they've ever done. There's just so much flavor a part of this. Pepper is like bursting through. You know, the corned beef brisket in it, it's a little, it's very dry, so it's chewy. So I'm not actually super wild about that, but everything else is working. The cheese curds, the poached egg, just adding all of that beautiful, beautiful egg yolk on here. See if I can show it without dropping it. It is, this is magnificent. This is really, really wonderful. And I honestly, the potato barrels, let me go in on one of these now. Potato barrels, so salty. A little bit mushy, not really. I was hoping for more of a crisp with the friedness to it. So not perfect, but this thing is amazing. This is now shot to the top of the list of everything I've had today, of only the 3 items so far. I still have one more to try, the pork belly, if I can get it. But this is going to be hard to beat now. Sunshine Griddle, you left me impressed.
So the next item that I zeroed in on was the Bon Chicken Skewer over at the Lotus House in the China Pavilion. That was $6.75, and that's a chicken skewer with sesame and peanut sauce. Now this is hands down the longest item I waited for. I waited about 20 minutes in line for this. Everybody, the China booth was popping today. So let's see if the wait was worth it. For reference, the other items I waited for was both under, like, the other skewer I got instantly. Nobody else was in line. And the first item I got maybe like 5 minutes or less. But I'm feeling skewers today. You know what I always say? Skewers in the morning, skewers in the evening, skewers at supper time. When food is on a skewer, you can eat skewers anytime. I've never said that, but maybe I should start. I'm having some Bengal barbecue Disneyland withdrawals, if you can tell. Let's see if this holds up. Oh yeah, that's a sesame peanut sauce, all right. The sauce is great. The sauce is very, very good. And the chicken's not bad. My only problem, so the piece I have right now is very tender. Very soft and tender, which is just what I want with my chicken. The first piece, though, was a little tough. So let's keep on digging and see if the consistency changes at all. And aside from the sauce, that third piece was a little dry. The piece before it, though, wasn't, but that other piece was a little dry. So kind of a different texture throughout. Like in this next piece I'm trying to get at, very tough. I'm not somebody who loves my meat to be tough. I like it to be cut it with a fork kind of deal. Yeah, see, this piece is a little tough. With that being said, the flavor is great. And if texture doesn't bother you at all, you're gonna have no problems. If you're like me, very texture sensitive eater, this might not be your favorite dish. But again, with that being said, the peanut sesame sauce is fantastic. It's not spicy at all. This is good, but comparative to the other two things I tried, this would go to the bottom of that totem pole of 3. But that is a lot to be said, because everything I ate today, I actually thoroughly enjoyed. Flower and Garden is my favorite festival for food. I love all these spring flavors that they come out with. It's always been my favorite festival for food. I love the Flower and Garden food more than Food and Wine, Festival of Holidays, Festival of the Arts. I just love this festival. There's so many things here that I just think taste really good. There's something in almost every booth I like. So I'm just happy for it to be opening day of Flower and Garden. I can't wait to get back. My next day back here is in 2 days. Gonna bring Haley, try a bunch more stuff. And for the things that I already tried, I'm definitely gonna be grabbing that shrimp skewer with her again. I'm definitely gonna be getting that lavender cake again. That was great. And maybe try a few more other things. But yeah, in the order of the things I tried, that new lavender cake is probably the number one. That thing, I think if that's something that sounds like it's up your alley, it's a must get, new item, and they did a great job with it. The shrimp skewer, returning favorite of mine. I'd recommend that hands down to any shrimp eater. I think it's great. And then the Bon Chicken was good. The only thing is the lack of consistency with the textures throughout. It changed a little bit, and that does bother me, but the flavor was delicious. So that's gonna do it for that one.
Final item of the day for me. This one comes courtesy of the Citrus Blossom, right outside of where the Starbucks is. It's basically been in the same place since last Flower and Garden and won't go anywhere ever, probably, for all we know. But the Citrus Blossom, that's where you can get your orange bird sipper, of course. There's a citrus shortcake. There's a Meyer lemon infused or Meyer lemon poached lobster salad. But the item I came for was the citrus braised crispy pork belly with kumquat and carrot. And it's very orange. It's very, very orange. This dish cost $6. I was hoping it was going to be a save the best for last situation. I'm not confident that I made that choice. The hash might have been the one I should have saved for last. But you know what? I'm wide open to be swayed on this one. So let me remove my mask and I'll start to eat. The star of the dish is clearly going to be the kumquat, I believe. So I'm going to try that first. But I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, it is getting to the point where it's so hot and sunny that like it's stuck to the plate. This is gross. This is not going how I wanted. Citrus, orange. Deni, what's a kumquat?
A kumquat is a fruit.
The kiwi's cousin.
Okay, well that makes sense then. I think that's where the sweetness is coming from with this sweet fruit, apparently. I'm gonna go with the pork belly first. I'm just gonna go all in on this one. So, cheers. Pork belly is incredible. Crispy on the outside, soft, melts in your mouth on the inside. That's exactly what you want from this. And you know what? The kumquat, the sweetness from that, it actually pairs really well. It's got that citrusy. Ryno showing me a kumquat right now, and yeah, it kind of does look like a citrus, like a fruit, like an orange. But yeah, that orange flavor really kind of, I mean, I'm going to say kumquat flavored because that's what it is. But that citrusy flavor, I feel like that marries well with the saltiness of the pork belly. It's that tale of two flavors all meshing together. But this carrot's wild. So let's try the carrot. I don't know what to say. It's a carrot. It's sweet from the kumquat. Oh. It's a good carrot. Good pork belly. This was my favorite. So I did save the best for last. And now I'm talking with my mouth open. Well, with food in my mouth. So that's a good time for me to go. It's the last you're going to see of me in this video. Bye-bye. Get this. This one's good.
All right, so we are continuing the tour of all things sweet. I have stopped by the Citrus Blossom Outdoor Kitchen, and I have the citrus shortcake, which is orange chiffon cake and whipped cream and lemon curd and mandarin oranges and something called citrus crumble on top. We're gonna dig into it. Let me show you. I've already got a cross section going here so you can take a look inside. There's your lemon curd. Let me point this out. There it is. How fantastic. And of course we have a couple of violas on top, which you can eat if you so choose. I'm gonna dig in, here we go. Trying to get a little bit of everything, including the viola, bless its heart. Let me get this mandarin orange. Okay, so the citrus crumble, you can see that's what this is right here. So you've got some brown sugar going on in there. It's like a crumble that you would put on top of a cobbler, something like that, is what's going on, which is nice. It's good. It's nice and sugary. It's a little something on the top. As I slobber, I just ate a flower, and I've had it before with the violet lemonade back in the day that came out. Yeah, you gotta have the viola. Guys, it tastes just like what you think it's gonna taste like. It tastes like grass. It just is. It's something fun to say that you've done it, but it doesn't really add anything, in my opinion, to the dish. Let's get back to the shortcake here. Why don't we? So the citrus shortcake, this is really, really nice. And of course, we've got a lot of lemon curd going on there. I'm gonna take that bite real quick with some of this whipped cream. I am someone who on a day off enjoys just throwing together scones. I've got a recipe that I've used for years and years and years, created by the mom of a friend of mine. I don't stand on formality. I don't roll out the scones and then cut them into perfect triangles. I literally just take heaps of them, put them onto the baking pan, and they're like, you know, they're lumpy, whatever, but they're delicious. And here's the sticking point with my scones. I always have a fresh jar of lemon curd. When I'm sitting down to have my scones, I've taken all the time to make these scones. We're gonna have some amazingly tangy, pungent lemon. Of course, it's lemon curd, so it's gotta be very lemon forward, right? So we're gonna have that on those scones. I take gobs of that jar of Dickinson's lemon curd, and I slather it all over those scones. This lemon curd is not that. This shortcake is nice. It's very sweet. I'm enjoying the whipped cream. That's nice and light. I like the shortcake itself, also very nice and light. It's a chiffon cake, so chiffon cake by nature is going to be nice in texture and not too heavy. But the lemon curd is not what I want it to be. It's not as bright and as forward as it should. Make you almost pucker just a little bit. If a really nice lemon curd makes you kind of go, ooh, that's tart. And I'm not getting that from this. It tries to be, it's trying so hard, but it's not quite there. This is $4.50. Again, it's at the Citrus Blossom. That's where you'll find all things Orangebird. The new Orangebird sipper is here this year, the revamped Orangebird sipper. The Citrus Blossom arrived last year for our festival, our Flower and Garden Festival that only lasted 10 days. But, and it's kind of remained since. So our perennial favorite now is the Citrus Blossom, bless its heart. So the citrus shortcake, I don't know that I would put this on my must-eat list. I'm not going to have it again in the festival. If that lemon curd had packed the punch that it should have, I would have said yes, absolutely, I'll be back, because I am someone who adores lemon curd. I can't get enough of it.
So there you have it. Those are all the items that all of us who came to the 2021 Taste of Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. Those are all the dishes that we had today. For me personally, I think I had 2 hits. The more I walked around after that avocado toast, the more I was like, oh, I would have eaten a second slice of that avocado toast. That was good. I can't speak highly enough of those short ribs. You'll never hear the end of it. So I hope I haven't oversold any of that stuff. And it seems like Craig made some pretty good choices as well. And I know, so I'm excited to come back and try some more stuff, because I have a couple other items on my list, but if the feedback I've seen and what I tried personally today was as good as it was, I'm excited. It really is like giving me that energy of like, ooh, new stuff, and yeah, just like fun treats to have. I enjoyed it. It has been a little busy today, a little warm today, so I'm hoping maybe we'll get 1 or 2 more cooler days that I can quick and try it. But that is going to do it for us here for the Disney Dining Show on the Disney Dining channel as part of the Disney Dining Experience. I'm going to call everything the Disney Dining Experience now. Anytime it's the experience. I feel like it's very catchy, very flashy. But yeah, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave us some comments below. If you were at the festival, let us know what you had that was any good, because like I said, I want to come back. I want to try some more things. I'm interested to hear more about anybody have any good beers or any of the mixed drinks worth trying, because I could see coming back in the evening and maybe doing some of those or something. But yeah, I think that's it. Remember, all of this, everything we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. So booking with them helps support the show and everything that we do. So dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. I'm going to stop rambling now, and I'm going to let you all go. I am going to go take one more lap around the park to work off my two items. I guess I didn't need a lot, but I hope you're all staying happy, safe, and healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.